Welcome back to the channel, you guys. We have another mod going on the 2019 F-150 Lariat, and that's our custom steering wheel from Kustom Interiors, which was initially designed for the F-150 Tremor way out there, hence why it has the orange sort of trim on it, the orange flakes, as well as the orange centerpiece right there. When I designed this and I custom ordered it from their website, I must have fat fingered the button that was basically the year of your truck. I thought I had it selected right, but I didn't, and I didn't check the receipt, and it all shipped to me, and I realized right away that this is in fact wrong and not meant for that truck. So whether we'll do one in the future for that truck, we will see. Now, for what it's worth, this steering wheel will give us something to base this truck around. So whether we do more black and orange trims on this truck to match the steering wheel, we'll throw in very due time, or hopefully once we get it installed, it won't look out of shape. Or let's hope once we get it installed, it doesn't look too out of place to the point where we have to add any of our orange accenting to make this make sense. Now, not my brightest moment, but I'm hoping once we have the wheels, the tires, leveling kit, and other mods put onto this F-150 Lariat, that this mod will flow nicely with the rest of the truck when the time comes. Now, just to quickly go over the steering wheel itself, I opted for the perforated leather on the sides with the kind of thumb grip with that kind of design, as well as the flat bottom on the steering wheel and the orange pinstripe up here. I also opted for the carbon fiber forged look with the orange flakes in there. I mean, they're more gold, which would have matched the Tremor, because the Tremor orange is more of a gold, so this would have perfectly matched the Tremor truck. And in hindsight, I probably would remove this band right here and maybe even make it like a light gray, something to better match the gold flakes. I didn't know how well, when I was in the selection process, how well the orange flakes would match with the orange band. So maybe something a little bit more subtle I would have put here, like a darker gray or nothing at all. Now, at the time, I opted for the heat trace wires, even though my truck doesn't have it. Like, the Tremor doesn't have heat trace out there on the steering wheel. Pretty bizarre, I know. I thought maybe there's an opportunity to somehow wire a rheostat or something in there to make this functional. I wanted to keep that option open. However, this truck does have the heated steering wheel, so now that we are replacing that guy, it all worked out in the end. So hopefully we can get this guy all tied into the OEM wires to have the heated steering wheel function work on this steering wheel. And then we have the matching cover plate, which is gonna go over our buttons. We're gonna install our buttons on this thing, and we have a little bit of work to do to get kind of the buttons moved over onto this trim piece here. I'm not too sure how it's all gonna go yet, as well as deploy our airbag and sort of the whole centerpiece here. So it'll be a fairly easy install for the most part, but a few things we definitely have to take apart and reassemble. But without further ado, let's get this guy installed. So the first thing we want to do is disconnect the battery, because we do not want those airbags accidentally deploying. And if we come over the steering wheel here, we have these small holes in the side on each side here. Let me just turn the camera around here, and right there. And we want to put something very small in there to put some pressure in there, and then we'll slowly work the cover off. So I'm going to take my flathead screwdriver here, and I'm going to put it right in the hole there. And already I can feel that I'm pushing on a clip, so I'm gonna push in, I'm gonna pull on this left side of the airbag here, and just try to work it out. Okay, there, I think that's good. And then I'm gonna do the same on the right side here. And then just like that, we got our airbag out. Now, there isn't a lot of length on this cable here, but I'm gonna start by disconnecting this clip back there, that gray clip, and then maybe these guys right here. I'll kind of play it by ear here, but I'm definitely gonna start with these back guys right here. So I'm just gonna peel out this gray clip here, just like you would with any other standard harness. And then this gray clip just pulls right out. And then for these guys right here on the back side here, I'm gonna take my screwdriver and just lift up on these. And then these should just pull right off. There we go. And then we have one more harness right here. I'll need to put my camera down to get this guy out here, so I'm just gonna lift this little tab up here. Just like that. Okay, so that is the first part done. We got our airbag off. And then we can take this bolt out here, and this is a 15/16. Just like that. And then we wanna make sure that we fish our harnesses through accordingly. Oh, I forgot one plug down here actually. Let me just put this back on. There's one more guy right down here I forgot to take off. Just like that. And then we should be able to take this guy off and then let those guys slide right through the steering wheel. Just like that. And then we bring this over to our bench and get everything swapped over. So we got our two steering wheels here, and we want to start by taking all the guts out of this guy. And this trim Should just pop up if we use our trim tool here. I'm pretty sure there's no screws or anything like that, but I think this should all just and I want to see if I can't keep these tie wraps, so I'm just going to try to, on the back side here, just wiggle out these tie wrap holes that are holding the cable into place on the, but I'll likely have to cut them out. No, never mind, I got one out. There we go, two out. And they're also going to poke up this white tie wrap here too. So. Okay, so now that that's all out, let's see what we're dealing with here. All right, so since getting this apart, I have figured out that these connectors don't so I have this connector on my OEM steering wheel that goes to the back of my steering wheel mount, goes through here, right? And then mounts to like the vehicle's dash basically. But I don't have that same connector on here, which I'm guessing what these wires here are for. And then on these two blue wires, I don't have a connector, which I've actually already cut this guy off from here. This green connector goes to these two blue wires on the OEM steering wheel. So I've cut this off and I'm going to attach this green connector. I'm pretty confident, I'm definitely gambling here, that this is how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna attach that to that. And then I'm going to cut this guy off of the OEM steering wheel and then attach it to here. It's unfortunate having to kind of do stuff like this sometimes. It'd be nice to get more of a straight plug and play setup. But this is easy nonetheless, and I'm hoping, if I'm right, this is exactly how it's going to work. And then these two right here just plug together. Okay, and just like that. And now what we can do is take off all of our OEM controls and our wiring off of this mount here and put them onto our new guy here. You could also, if you wanted to, put this right into here like such, and then kind of have whatever look you're going for. If you have a black bezel here or a dark gray one, whatever you want, you can also do that, but we're not gonna do this today. So we are gonna transfer over all of our modules. So I'm gonna use my T9 Torx screwdriver here, take out all these Torx head screws. Okay, and then we should be able just to take all this out just like that. Move this aside, bring in our bezel here, and then just simply refit these on. And then we'll reuse our OEM screws. All right, so we have everything back in. That looks pretty good. I mean, if you really want to go above and beyond, you could buy all new buttons for your steering wheel. These ones are in fairly good shape, a little bit worn, but nothing too crazy. Obviously some use out of them, which is to be expected. So now that we're done all that, we can go ahead, mount our steering wheel back onto our rack, and then we can start putting all this back into place here. And when you're putting your steering wheel back on, you want to make sure that this is all nice and straight the way you found it. Otherwise, everything could be off when it comes to your steering wheel and how your steering wheel is orientated compared to how the wheels are turned. So we want everything nice and straight as possible, just like how we took it off. And then we can go ahead and we can fire this bolt back in here. And then I'm gonna grab one of our butt splice connectors here, and I'm gonna hook it right back up to the steering wheel here. And then we can work on this part here. So this guy goes to our green wire that we just connected. And then this red wire will go to our airbag eventually. But we definitely have to clean up all these wires as best as possible here and try to find a home for everything. And then let's get all of our wires in here. It's gonna be a bit of a mess. We will get our gray connector pushed back into the back of the steering wheel here. And then let's make sure no wires are trapped or pinched. So we'll kind of push just everything towards the middle here so that we can snap our plastic bezel into place here. You want to be very gentle not to crack this, especially the carbon fiber. So this is all back on. It's a little squeaky down here. I don't know if I need to put some 3M tape behind there. It just has a bit of a cushion, but right there is the only spot that's kind of squeaky. Otherwise, everything else feels and looks quite all right. The steering wheel itself feels really nice. Hopefully the heated steering wheel function works. Okay, then we'll just hook up the airbag the same way we took it out. So we take our red connector here, hook that guy up, and then we want to slide these connectors back onto our rails here. So I have the green tab back on this rail here, so it's sitting right there, as well as the red one back on this little plastic rail here, so it's sitting right there. So what I want to do is reseat some of these, like these zip ties. They have like the little, can push them through the hole here so it clips in, and then clean up some of these wires here. Okay, there, so we have everything kind of just pushed off to the side there. Our wire and our white connector go all the way around here, jumps all the way around. So all we have left to do is just hook these two guys back up right to these guys down, and then push down these orange tabs here, and then just clip this back in, and we should be all finished. And just like that, we got it all finished. One thing right away is I should maybe get a black overlay for this badge right here, but otherwise it looks super clean, and it definitely doesn't look, it doesn't stand out in a bad, like in a good way, It doesn't stand out as much as I thought it would with the orange, and it just looks really, really nice on this interior and just gives it that really premium look. So very happy for the most part with how that turned out. I feel like more often than not with companies these days working with their products, you run, even like with the higher end companies, I put those bare brakes on my Tremor, I had to shave down the calipers, or shave down, did I shave down my knuckle or the caliper? Regardless, they were supposed to be a direct fit and they weren't. So even these like higher quality companies that come from Holley Performance and whatnot have issues these days with just nothing just seems to be good. But I just think when you're paying premium money, you should get premium products, that you shouldn't have to worry about doing wiring. It should be all plug and play, and it should just fit like a glove like OEM, because you know you can buy steering wheels off of Amazon for $300-400 bucks now, and then you wonder, okay, well, how they stack up against something like this that's $1,000 or $1,000 plus, and the quality of it, because right away when you have squeaking, you know, on the bottom here, you know, you have squeak on the bottom here, and you have, yes, a little bit of a gap right there, but there's nothing else I can do. I mean, it's tight right here, it's tight all on the bottom. That's just sort of, you know, it's tight right along here too, and then it's just kind of what you're given. So maybe I'll throw some 3M tape around that, just pull this off a little bit, throw some, and maybe I'll prevent that squeaking noise. Other than that, the steering wheel looks great, but just, it's not just Kustom Interior, it's everyone and everywhere. It's not even in the car industry anymore. Customer service, quality, everything is going downhill in today's society, and it's just, it is unfortunate, and it just seems to be, people are okay with that, unfortunately. And this is in no way me bashing a product I just installed in a truck. Let's get the battery plugged in. We'll see if the heat trace works, because that's gonna be another issue. If all of a sudden your heating steering wheel doesn't work, well then we kind of have an issue that you're paying premium price and you're not getting what you're paying for. So let's go ahead, we'll reconnect the battery, fire everything up, and see what we're left with. So obviously all of our buttons work for going through our menus on our gauge cluster, and obviously all the volume controls all work, which it should be. I mean, we plugged the OEM harness back up to the OEM slot there basically. But one thing I kind of forgot about right off the bat is, if you guys watched my previous video of me installing that 12-inch screen, we lost a lot of our features. I've been in talks with Car ABC, and we lost a bunch of our features, including our steering wheel control, because we don't have a dedicated climate screen on this Sync 4 screen, so I can't turn my heated steering wheel on. Car ABC is actually sending me a 12-inch Sync 3 screen to replace the Sync 4 screen, because of a lot of the features doesn't work or not compatible with this sort of setup. And I've lost things like the heated steering wheel, and the Ford Pass, the Ford app Pass, can't find my truck on it now, right? And they say that's one issue that they've been having, and they actually took the Sync 4 12-inch screen off their website for the time being until they get that figured out, because the app doesn't work with the truck, and I use that all the time. I mean, I think most people do use their app all the time. So we can't test the heated steering wheel function, but when I get this all figured out, I will give you guys an update on the heated steering wheel, which is no fault to Kustom Interior, because my OEM steering wheel didn't even have heating controls without it being on the steering wheel here. So for those of you that have an XLT or any sort of lesser truck that doesn't have the heated steering wheel, lesser trim I should say, not a lesser truck, a lesser trim, then this is what you can expect. This is what it's going to look like. And I mean, it's a very, very, very nice looking steering wheel. The fact that you can customize it like I I did to tailor your exact build with like I went with the forged carbon fiber flakes. You can get your typical carbon fiber look with that rectangular square weaved pattern, but this is the look I went for. And I think it looks really, really nice. It doesn't look out of place on the interior of this truck. I wasn't too sure if like the orange would just kind of stand out all too much on its own, but just looks really, really good when you approach the truck, when you're in the truck. No issues there at all, and all looks really, really nice, and just, it's a very nicely designed steering wheel. So you can head over to their website and you can customize it. You can change, I mean, I went with black stitching here, but you can have this orange, red, blue, purple, the flakes, whatever you want, this stripe, whatever you want. You can do so much. You can color this leather. You can put thumb grips, like built-in like thumb grips on here. You can do a whole lot with the setup. So let me just hop into the back here. And then I can just give you guys a nice look at sort of what it looks like from back here as a passenger or even a driver sort of point of view, and just how nice it all looks and just kind of flows with the interior of this Lariat. And I really want the 12-inch screen because I love the look of it. I mean, the 12-inch screens in these trucks just look really, really good. So we got the new steering wheel, the new screen. We're having some compatibility issues and some functional issues with the screen, but I have no doubts we'll get that all figured out in due time. And then hopefully we will have a level kit, some wheels and tires. We got the exhaust to put on this truck. We have lots of things to do to continue to make this truck look pretty. But if you have any questions regarding the install, please let me know in the comments below, you guys. I'll have more answers shortly, and I'll make sure to do a follow-up video kind of on everything that's happening with this interior of this truck in very due time. Once I have a little bit more use on it, drive around with it, kind of see how comfortable it is in my hands, I'll give you guys an update. I'll do a follow-up, like I said, a full follow-up review on the interior of this truck, where we're at with the screen, where we're at with the steering wheel, and if everything works as it should be. It's like I said, we can't put a ribbon on this mod just yet. Hopefully I'll have some more answers in very due time. So thank you so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.